Good afternoon and welcome to another episode of Communication Corner. I'm Gail Lewis, your host for this evening, and joining me today on the set of Communication Corner is someone I've been wanting to speak to for quite some time. As we're coming up on March, March is Women's History Month, or as I like to call it, Her Story Month. And so today I'd love to tell the story of one of our local citizens, Tammie Williams. Hi, Tammie.
Hi, Gail.
Welcome to Communication Corner.
Thank you for having me, finally.
It's been a long time coming.
I know.
It's good to have you here,
Thank you.
specifically as we're coming up on Women's History Month, the month of March, because you are the director of Girls Pride, a local organization. Tell us a little bit about Girls Pride.
Okay, well, Girls Pride launched in May 2012. We are part of an organization, a charity 501c3, the African Center for Community Empowerment.
The African Center for Community Empowerment. Well, why don't we start there? What organization is that? What do they do?
Okay, the African Center for Community Empowerment, ACCE, is in Southeast Queens, St. Albans to be exact. We work with at-risk youth in inner city. We have an after-school program. We have mentoring programs. We have community empowerment projects that we're doing. And that's how Girls Pride was birthed, through a conversation with local residents about the way our girls are carrying themselves in the streets, and you know, was just a concern. So instead of just complaining, we sat down and devised a plan on how we can get our girls engaged in the community, how we can get our girls to look at themselves as queens and not just another man's doormat.
Right.
So the program has been doing great for the past 2 years. We actually extended out to Nassau County.
Okay, so out of Southeast Queens and into?
Southwest Nassau.
Awesome.
I live in Elmont. Even though I grew up in Southeast Queens, I live in Elmont, and there's a need. The way our girls are being treated, the way our girls are looking at themselves, it's not just a local issue, it's a national issue.
Right.
So us extending our services out to Southwest Nassau, we are putting together a phenomenal program to honor women from our past, our present, and future.
So what are your typical programs? I know that you've got a program coming up for March, of course, Women's History Month, but over the year, what kind of programs do you put on?
Well, we do one-to-one mentoring projects. One of our mentors may be in a profession of law.
Right.
And there's a girl who is interested in law. Well, we pair them up, and throughout her middle school age, her high school age, this mentor will work with her to make sure that she stays on track.
All right.
On
track all the way to law school?
All the way to law school and beyond.
Wow.
You know, it's a sisterhood.
I was just going to say that it's a lot more than just mentoring. It seems like that person becomes a surrogate mom, a surrogate friend, a family member, all the support systems that maybe you didn't have at home.
Exactly. One thing that I like to stress is that sometimes the problems that we face at home spills over into our school life.
Right. How so?
Whether you're dealing with domestic violence at home, whether you're dealing with a parent, an absent parent, a lot of emotions our kids take to school with them.
Right.
And they lash out, they act out, and especially our girls. You know, you may see a girl dressing a little risque.
Provocatively?
A little provocative. And you're like, okay, what's going on? Because she wasn't doing that last year.
Right.
You know, there may be an underlining to that. Or she's hanging around with a little more guys and being a little more, you know, out there. And it's like, no, boo-boo, come on back.
Okay, so there are these warning signals, these red flags.
Red flags.
And how do you go about recruiting girls? I'm thinking that if I were, what population do you work with? What age population?
We start from age 7, which is
that's
more
very young.
Very young, the preventative stage. Then we do an intervention stage, which is middle school. That's where you start to really see girls turn around and come into their own. Puberty happens.
And what ages are those?
That is from age 12 all the way up to age 14.
Okay.
So from 14 all the way up to age 23, we're working with the girls to groom them for college and
beyond.
And beyond. So we really want to get them while they're young.
Right.
That early intervention is important, but also if they fall into a challenge in life, especially in middle school, we're there to guide them. You know, I mean, we're in the age of social media. I mean, my gosh, so many images. I didn't have that.
Right, yeah, absolutely.
Growing up, but to recruit
How do you
girls.
go out and get girls? I'm thinking that if you're 12, 13, 15, 16, and you're going down the wrong path, who brings you into Girls Pride? How do you identify who, you know, what girls are in the organization, or is it just open to everyone?
It's usually their peers. It's usually their classmates who, you know, invite them into one of our group sessions or our empowerment workshops. We do have a strong connection with the Elmont School District.
Right.
So, I mean, they raised me and they turn around and say, hey, well, I have this young lady that I think she will benefit from your project. So we do a lot of outreach with the high schools, middle schools, and elementary schools. Within Southeast Queens is a little tough because the districts are so widespread that, again, we look to the girls who are pairs to go out there and say, hey, you know, I have this great program. Would you like to be a part of it? Oh, come! It's you know, it's nothing boring. You know, we have fun. We have these workshops on skill building, character building, resume building. You know, hearing from women in our communities who can help us come to this program. So we really, you know, we hit the street running.
All right. Wow. So what's a typical day like? A typical Saturday, I would assume you get together on a Saturday, or is it during the week?
Saturdays, Sundays. We don't like to interrupt the school.
Right, the school routine.
The school routine. If it is something in the evening, it's like an hour-and-a-half meeting.
Okay.
The girls get to prepare their own workshops. We had a workshop on healthy relationships.
And the girls put the workshop together?
Put the workshop together.
So the older girls put it together for the younger girls, or for their peers?
For their
both?
peers.
Okay.
For their peers and both. I'm excited that most of the girls, they want to be on the panel discussions that we have.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, they pick their topics. They want to talk about the way girls are exploited in the media. You know, women are exploited in the media. Then they also want to say, hey, we're not giving them attention. We want to focus on the ones who are doing positive things.
Right.
You know.
So you have roundtable discussions, panel discussions.
Workshops. This summer we'll be working on vision boards with you.
Oh, I love it. Please let me you know, lead your vision board workshop.
Oh, amazing, amazing. We got invited to DC.
Field trip
Field trip for the summer, so
Okay.
girls can see what it is to be in office.
Oh my gosh, a political trip. Oh, that's wonderful.
That is great. We're excited for that. We go into the high schools and you know, just connect, just let them know we're here. You know, it's women out there doing great things, and we want them to be great. So that's it. We want to especially break the cycle of poverty in women of color.
So talk to me about that. Does that cycle of poverty, does that beget poor, you know, not really excelling in school? Is that one of those outside factors that you talked about?
Yes. One thing I will say that the system, I tell my girls, is designed for you to stay at a certain level, and you have to beat the system.
Okay.
Okay, we're against all odds, and that's through science, technology, engineering, math. You know, there's no reason why you have to be somebody's assistant. There's no reason why you can't be your own boss.
Right.
You know, you make your own hours. You know, you put that blood, sweat, and tears into your own career, and watch how many doors open for you. And to break that poverty alleviation the component I was telling you about, is for them to get into college. And from college, get into graduate program. And from your graduate program, you take it from there. Wherever you want to go, you got that tool of education. That's something no one can ever take away from you.
So you're helping them socially, you're helping them with their, I guess, their etiquette, their basic understanding of things like that, and also, so not just socially, but also educationally as well.
Yes, yes.
Full
and
circle.
make it fun.
Okay. And make it
fun.
so that they'll want to come back.
Come back.
And again. So speaking of again and again, every year you have a March, I want to say March Madness, but no. That's that other sport. Every year in March you have a Women's History event, or as we call it, Her Story event. So this year, 2014, tell us about when, where, and what's happening with your Women's Her Story event.
This is special. For the first year, we're having a creative expression contest, and it's open to girls from kindergarten all the way up to senior year in high school.
Right. That's a huge population.
A huge population. Girls get to enter essays, artwork, music, dance, something.
Any kind of creative expression.
Any creative expression about a woman that has impacted their lives in a positive way, whether that woman is from, you know, home, whether
so it's a mom or an aunt or a sister,
an aunt, a principal, you know, it could be Oprah. We all love Oprah. Someone from history, someone
in politics, someone from the community, etc., etc.
Yes, and we're going to showcase their work throughout Women's History Month in the library, which is Elmont Public Library, and also the local papers and the schools. So our school districts are involved, our local officials are involved, and this is just something to uplift them and give them self-confidence. Like, that's my stuff hanging up. Oh, I'm in the paper. Watch out now.
That's huge. Shining a spotlight on a girl who's kind of on the fence to begin with, and giving her a little bit of positive reinforcement. It just goes, it takes you for miles.
Miles and miles. That day is going to be filled with, like I said, music, dance, poetry, and empowerment panel discussion. We're going to be honoring some local women. Some state women, I mean, like throughout the entire state of New York. I mean, I got an email from someone in California.
Wow.
We're not in New York, but can my daughter enter?
Oh, that's exciting.
I was like, of course.
So it's open across the board. You don't have to live in Elmont. You can live anywhere.
You can live anywhere.
And how would a young girl between the ages of kindergarten and 12th grade get involved? How would they enter one of their artistic expressions?
Please email me at girlspride@acceusa.org. Or you can just Google Girls Pride Project.
Okay.
Pride is in caps.
So girls can enter that. And is there a prize for each age group, or is it just hanging everything and displaying it, or both?
I'm going to tell you a little story. 10 years old, shy, quiet, 6th grade. My 6th grade teacher, Diane Frazier of PS 140 in Southeast Queens, entered my essay for Women's History Month to District 28. I didn't know she did this. She just, you know, said write an essay on a person that you admire, made it, let it be a woman. You know, I didn't understand Women's History Month, didn't read a lot about women in my history books. And I wrote about my teacher, you know, because that was just the person that I, you know, admired. And she entered my essay, and I came back with a plaque.
Oh, how exciting!
And I keep that plaque, you know, and that's something that I want the girls to keep. I have my plaque, and every time I feel like, well, I can't do this, or someone is putting me down, I look at that plaque and say, someone believed in me, and believed in my talent. So the girls are going to be walking away with a nice plaque honoring them for Women's History Month.
I love it. So is that everyone who enters, or?
Well, you know what? I may get about 1,000 entries.
I know. After this, you never know. So let's not put that out there.
The top 5.
Don't want to spend all your donations on plaques. Unless you can get a donation from plaques. You never know.
We do take donations.
Or 501c3.
Hello.
So, yes, so there's that component where girls can enter their artistic expression, and I love that. As you know, self-esteem is formed when people in your community, people in your family, your peers respect, admire, and give you some sort of recognition for your talent. And then that's how your self-esteem is built, actually. So I think that something like this, where you recognize someone's literary gift or artistic expression, goes a long way toward building their self-esteem. Absolutely. So that's huge that you're doing that. So I like that component. And this, of course, is at the Elmont Library, March 22nd, which is a Saturday. What time?
From 11 to 4.
So what else is going on that day? You said that there's going to be a roundtable discussion or panel discussion about what?
Empowerment. We want our girls to connect with women that are in the field of medicine, in the field of law, in the field of government, in the field of military.
Right.
So we're going to have women from all walks of life, women of color, sit down and discuss how did they get to where they are, and how can they pull you into the same ranks. We're honoring women in education.
And I'm just going to stop you for a moment. I think that that's also important, because if you don't have a mom or a dad who is an astronaut, let's say, or an attorney, as you're going to have attorneys, or a doctor, as you're going to have doctors on that panel, just tracing the road for yourself of how to get there might be difficult. So to have someone from the community tell you how to get there, that's
right.
huge. Just kind of drawing your roadmap.
And they can live right up the block from you.
Exactly. They can live across the street.
Right across the street, and you would not even know. But now you have that connection, and that's what we are. We're a village, and we have to help our young ones. You know, they shouldn't be so lost and you know, mind boggled how I do this.
Yeah, it's great that they have some sort of roadmap on how to get where they want to be, or even just expose them to all the different options out there. You know, maybe they don't know that they can become a pharmacist, or how to become a pharmacist. So showing them, that's huge as well. So you were saying education also on the panel? Education.
We're honoring my high school principal.
Oh, who is that? Shout her out.
Diane Streaker.
Which high school?
Elmont Memorial High School.
Is she presently? She's not there now.
No, she's a professor at Malloy College.
What does she teach?
I'm not sure yet.
Okay, all right. But she's a college professor.
She's a college professor right now, and she gave me my first Maya Angelou book, Phenomenal Woman.
Really? Oh, that's great.
And I performed that piece in every English class. So
And what kind of impact did that have on you?
Confidence, getting up, public speaking, not being so shy, you know, connecting my eyes with every single classmate. She taught me a lot, so it's an honor to
honor her.
We have, what else do we have going on? I mean, it's just so much. It's just one full day.
It sounds like one jam-packed day at Elmont Memorial Library.
And it's for everyone. It's for, you know.
don't have to live in Elmont to attend.
We have girls coming from all over New York, Bronx, Brooklyn, Manhattan. We have WBLS. Radio
keychain.
Yeah.
I want a T-shirt.
We have a producer from WBLS who grew up in the community, and she's behind the scenes, and she will be participating. Miss Barbara, the beautiful stranger.
I love it.
And I mean, she comes, and all the girls just wake up. Like, I love it.
Right. Oh, that is great. And you're. Is there something else going on Sunday as well?
Yes, our state assemblywoman, Mikael Salages, is honoring women in the community at a women's luncheon, her first annual. So this is beautiful, where we get to collaborate in the community and share one fun-filled weekend.
Yeah, and that's happening in Valley Stream.
That's happening in Valley Stream. I'm not sure the location as of yet. I know we're keeping that one intimate, but Saturday's celebration is for everyone. But it's going to be Women of Distinction on Sunday.
That's great.
For our state assemblywoman.
Roll it all out.
All out.
In one grand weekend.
It's going to be grand. I'm actually I'm honored to be attending the United Nations in March for Women's History Month 2-week conference on the state of women. So this will be great to bring back to the girls on that Saturday.
Get some more information, get some more education, and bring it back right to your girls.
Yes, what's happening globally, you know, let's connect. So
that sounds exciting.
It is.
So what's next for the organization after the March event?
We're going to do our fundraiser in May. We will be celebrating 2 years, even though this has been a 3-year rollout, and the ACCE has been around for the past 14 years.
And that's the African Center for Community
Empowerment has been in the community strong for 14 years. Right. Girls Pride will be having a fashion show to feature prom dresses.
Nice.
And we pray we can give one of those dresses to a girl who's in need, who would love to get to their prom, but just, you know, financial reasons can't afford a beautiful dress.
And do we know where that is yet?
It is going to be at the Elmont Public Library.
Great.
And
Look for it in May.
Yes, and that's Sunday, May 18th, and that's at 1 o'clock. Watch our girls walk the catwalk.
Oh, how great.
Okay, strut their stuff, and it's going to be a beautiful thing. The tickets are going to be $25. You know, it goes to the girls. Organizations. It goes, I mean, that's it. I'm just so happy.
I can tell. Yeah.
I'm blessed, and I'm very happy to give back in this type of way.
Absolutely, especially because people reached out to you, like your principal, when you were at Elmont High School, so that you're just kind of giving back.
That's it.
Right.
You got to keep pulling us up.
Reaching back.
That's right.
And pulling forward.
That's right.
What else is next for the organization? Where do you see the organization in 5 years?
Well, actually, we have a 15-year plan.
Okay.
But
so where do you see yourself from now until 2030?
I see the organization passing the torch to future leaders.
Okay.
So I to one of the girls who are graduating from college. She comes back and just picks up where the program left off. You know, keep pulling the next one and the next one. Getting the girls engaged in women issues. You know, so many things about women are on the table, and they're not at the table deciding what happens to them. So we see Girls Pride going nationally. We see Girls Pride going internationally. We've been requested in Paris to model the program there. We've been requested in Australia to model a program for males. So we have Girls Pride, and let's, you know, expand Boys Pride, you know, and do something internationally and build our momentum. But no, we will be here to stay. Girls Pride is not going anywhere.
Awesome. I love that.
That's right.
So that's what's next.
That's
for
what's
the organization.
next.
Upward.
Upward.
Forward.
Forward.
If you could tell 10-year-old Tammie, so yourself, years ago, as a 10-year-old receiving that plaque, if you could give her some advice, knowing, just having the birth of life experience that you've had, just having, getting to where you are now from where you were, if you can give her some advice, what would it be? Your 10-year-old self.
No matter what, don't stop. Don't stop. No matter what obstacle comes in your way, don't stop.
Just keep on moving.
Keep moving, because God has a plan for you. You know, that's it.
And what do you think is the plan for you? Other than Girls Pride too?
Well,
what's next for Tammie Williams?
Tammie is in school for social work.
Right.
I'm getting my master's.
Give your school some props.
Oh, Hunter College.
Okay.
I'm studying.
Even though you're not going to school in Queens, we'll forgive it.
Hunter College. Well, I am interning here in Queens.
Yes, right here in Flushing.
Yes, right here in Flushing, Queens Community House.
Yes,
Got to give
right
Queens right down the block, right across from Queens College. Love it. I'm doing senior support empowerment programs, doing farmers market, healthy eating. I love social work.
Yeah.
I love community organizing.
And your master's degree, MSW, right?
MSW, and the focus is community organizing, planning, and development.
Okay.
So we take the personal to political. We take a case to cause. And Tammie is a mother, a single mother of a child with autism and sickle cell. I advocate day in and day out for my child because my child cannot speak up for himself.
Right.
So where I see myself is being at that table. Some way, somehow, you know, I will be at that table advocating for those who cannot advocate for themselves. And that's our most vulnerable.
It seems like your whole life has just come in a big circle.
And it started with that plaque.
Right. And it comes back to giving plaques to other girls.
That's right.
Yeah, boosting their self-esteem and giving the girls pride.
That's right.
As in the name of your organization.
Thank you.
Final thoughts, Tammie?
Please come out, support us.
Support Girls Pride, March
22nd. Saturday at the Elmont Public Library. All is welcome. Males, young males, grandpas, grandmas, aunts. You know, there'll be food, music, networking, and a celebration.
And of course, the entire day is free.
Entire day is free. It is free. I do not charge anybody.
Okay. So again, that's Saturday, March 22nd, 2014.
Yes.
Elmont Memorial, or is it Elmont Public Library? I'm sorry. Elmont Public Library, located in Elmont, New York, right on Long Island, right over the border from Queens.
That's
so
right.
It's
we
not
share the same congressional district, so we're a village.
It's not as if you've got to travel that far.
No.
And that's from 10?
That's from 11 to 4.
11 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Get there early, yes.
And it's going to be a fun-filled day.
I'm telling you.
And it's all in celebration of women.
Of women.
And in celebration of Girls Pride.
That's right.
Okay.
Thank
That
you
sounds
so
great.
much.
I'm really looking forward to it now.
Oh.
And of course, the event on the Sunday as well.
Yes, yes, please do come. I'll be able to post information about that on our website. Just go to acceusa.org and you'll find all the information. Like us on Facebook, Girls Pride Project, and you'll see up-to-date information as well.
Okay, and do you have an email address?
Yes, it's girlspride@acceusa.org.
Okay, so check out Girls Pride online. Follow them on Facebook.
Yes.
Email them.
Yes.
Yeah, check out their website.
Yes.
Get more information on Saturday, March 22nd, and also more information on the upcoming May event, which is the fashion show.
Yes, May 18th will be our 2-year anniversary.
And anniversary fashion show.
Yes.
Again, Elmont Public Library. Awesomeness. All right, thanks Tammie Williams for sitting down with us here on Communication Corner. I am so in love with everything that your organization is doing, so I'm really happy that you finally got some time to sit down here on Communication Corner with me, okay?
And thank you for having me.
Great.
I appreciate you.
And we'll see you on March 22nd.
See you on March 22nd.
Okay. So, everyone, thanks so much for sharing this last half an hour with me, Gail Lewis, here on Communication Corner. And thanks for sitting down with me, Tammie Williams from Girls Pride. I'm really in awe of everything that you do, and so thanks so much for coming on. For more information, you can always email me, Gail Lewis, newday2010@yahoo.com. For everyone here at Communication Corner, thanks so much for tuning in, and have a great evening. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.